So we're in Volusia County today, and just to give you a few things that are happening in this county, there's a developer that's closing on a transit-friendly mixed-use development site in the land. Taylor Morrison is building condo townhomes in Mount Dora Groves, and there's a developer that hopes to bring Camp Margaritaville into Volusia County. Today we're checking out a recently renovated home, pretty nice size at an incredible price. Let's take a look. When I was running the comparable properties that are on the market right now in this 1 mile radius, I was able to pull up that the average price right now is around mid threes, so like low to mid threes, around $326,000. So when I tell you that this property that we're in right now is an amazing deal within that 1 mile radius of it being $326,000, this is one of the lowest priced properties renovated throughout in that radius. We're sitting in a 2-bed, 1-bath home for $235,000. We're right under a quarter acre, so we have 0.23 with no HOA and no CDD. Apart from the cosmetic improvements that this home has throughout, you also have a newer roof, newer AC, and rewiring throughout the home as well. So when you're buying a house that's older, you want to make sure that some of the major components have been updated, and the seller here has done just that for you. So as you step out, the front of this home faces southwest. That's important to some people when they're buying a house. If this is your first time watching a video of mine, my name is Joe Denny Ogando. I'm a Central Florida realtor, and on this channel, we explore all things real estate. And today we're checking out a resale home. Most of the time we're doing new construction homes, but today we have this beautiful single-story resale home that has been renovated, and the seller put some good money into it to bring back to life a lot of major parts of this house, as well as some beautiful cosmetic renovations inside. Let's take a look. We're in Volusia County right now, and we're not too far from Orlando. We're not too far from Lake Mary, from Sanford. So we're in the north, going like towards northeast. The beaches are not too far from here as well, so it's a pretty prime location. About 15 minutes from here or less, you're gonna have access to Target, Walmart. There's all shopping plazas around here. There's also, right down the street, there's a Publix here. So you're pretty centrally located to all the things that you might need on an everyday basis. So I would say it's a pretty prime location. On this channel, I mostly do new construction, but we're adding in a little bit of resale homes as well. And when you're buying a resale home, some of the things you want to think about is the life expectancy of some of the major parts of the property. So I have this pamphlet here that an inspector gave me from Pillar to Post, and it has some of the life expectancy of the major parts of the home. So we're going to talk about roof, heating, cooling, plumbing, and appliances as well. And if you want a full video or a copy of this pamphlet so you can have, this information as well, just send me a message or call me and I'll send it to you. So as far as roof goes, you have life expectancy from asphalt, standard shingle, all the way to metal roofs. you can pretty much bank on anywhere from 12 years to 60 years. On a metal roof, you have a 60-year life expectancy, whereas on a standard shingle roof, you have 12 to 15 years. It's very important when you're buying a house, because part of the process when you're buying a property is getting homeowner's insurance. And the homeowner's insurance folks, they want to know when the last time that roof was replaced, and they'll pull permits and everything. And it will cause big issues if that roof doesn't have much life expectancy left. Then we're talking about heating and cooling. So those can range anywhere from 10 to 25 years. So heating and cooling, depending on how well you maintain it, 10 to 25 years on those components. As far as plumbing goes, depending on the plumbing, the septic, the well, hot water heater, you got from 5 to 25 years. For example, hot water heater can go from 5 to 15 years. And if you have galvanized water pipes, you're looking 12 to 25 years. A septic or a sewer pump, 5 to 10 years. And a well pump, about 10 years before it has to be replaced. Lastly, let's talk about some appliances. So we have dishwasher, dryer, garbage disposal, oven, range, and washing machine. This can range anywhere from 5 to 25 years. So the way that it's listed is dishwasher, 5 to 12 years, dryer, 10 to 25 years, garbage disposal, 5 to 12 years, oven range, 15 to 20 years, washing machines, 5 to 15 years. It's also important to talk about taxes when you're buying new construction or even resales. See, when you pull up this listing online, a lot of those online tools are gonna give you some sort of calculation on what the monthly payments can be. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna get the incorrect numbers because not all the information on the listing is fully correct or hasn't been updated yet. In this scenario, the taxes are showing us $432 for the year. Now, the tricky part is once this home trades hands and it resells, the property taxes are gonna be reassessed by next year, and it's gonna be more up to date on what the going rate is in the area. See, the way that those property taxes work, and I'm not an expert, but you can reach out to the tax collector, but it's gonna be based on the last time it was reassessed or whatever. And if this property was bought off market and was renovated, and now it's gonna be sold for like what the going rates are, the property taxes are gonna be higher than what they are right now. And that's always a sticker shock for buyers a year later. So depending on the realtor that you choose and lender, you know, just to make or break the deal, they might withhold that information from you just to make the numbers look good, especially when the rates are high, versus someone like me that's gonna be super honest with you and say, hey, this is what the payments are gonna be now, but next year when the taxes get reassessed, the tax collector is saying that this is what it's gonna be in taxes, expect this increase. That's why you're gonna hear a lot of people talk about, oh, my property taxes went up the following year after I bought a new construction or bought like a resale home or something like this that was renovated. So be on the lookout for that because the property taxes may not be correct. So this would be a perfect starter home. There's not much going on here. We have a 2-bed, 1-bath sitting on 0.23, close to a 1/4 acre with no HOA and no CDD. So when you come right in, it's a nice driveway out there so you could park your car, and there's a nice little storage shed in the back. But this is gonna be your open floor plan with the living room and your dining area all in one. You kind of just gotta figure out where you would put everything, and then you have your kitchen right here. For such a quaint space, the layout I think is amazing. You have 1 bedroom on one side of the property, whereas the other one is on the other side of the property, so they're not right next to each other, so you'll still have that privacy, you know, between the bedrooms. So we have one here with the closet, and then you have one all the way over there. I feel like they spared no expense when doing the upgrades and the cosmetics. This is an amazing kitchen. You have an amazing countertop, stainless steel appliances. You have some good backsplash, and the color schemes are really neutral. So I think the seller did a great job on upgrading this house, in my opinion. What are your thoughts? I wanted to walk you through what the home buying process looks like. A lot of these videos are, you know, targeted for like first-time home buyers or even move-up buyers that haven't moved in a while. But a lot of people don't know like what the process is when you're buying a home. So one of the first steps is consulting with a real estate agent to figure out what your goals are and kind of like map out what that's gonna look like. Then what you wanna do is if you need financing, get with a lender, or if you don't need financing, just have proof of funds ready. I'm also a mortgage broker, so if you need help with the financing part of it, I can help you with that. And starting in July 1st of 2024, Hometown Heroes, a down payment assistance program, is coming back with an even, a nice budget to help you with your purchase. And if you're a first-time home buyer, you can get up to $35,000 or 5% of the purchase price towards that purchase. For more details on Hometown Heroes, reach out to me directly and I'll give you the details on that. But you talk to a realtor like me, we put together kind of like a synopsis of what you're looking for. And then if you need financing, we'll help you with that as well. Or if you're doing cash, you just have your proof of funds ready. Then we have to set up a search alert, figuring out what types of property you're looking for. And then we set time aside to look at the properties. Once we find the right property for you, we then go under contract after we get an offer submitted and negotiated. One of the first things you're gonna do is you're gonna start the escrow account with the title company in which you send your initial deposit. At the same time, we're gonna order a home inspection to determine the condition of the property. With the home inspection, some of the most important things are gonna be the 4 points of the house. So roof, plumbing, electrical, and HVAC as well. The inspector is gonna make sure that those are functioning and how much life expectancy they have. And then with that report, we give it to the insurance folks. We're all trying to make sure that when you move into this house, that you're not gonna have a major headache in the first 5 years or so. But there's a lot of things that we can't determine until we basically, until that time comes. So we can't see the future, but we try our best to help you with that. After you've gotten the home inspection, it's time to order the appraisal. And if you're doing financing right around the same time, the bank is putting your file into underwriting to see if anything is missing. The appraiser's job is to determine what the value of the home is gonna be. So again, everyone's working to make this the most seamless purchase possible. Sometimes the appraisal number doesn't match what the sales price is. We do our best to try to list properties at the comparable price, but sometimes the sellers have an unrealistic expectation of what their house may be worth. So you can't really blame the buyer's agent for not knowing what the house is worth, because it depends on what the comps are in the area. And the craziest part is those comps change every day. Because if a new sale happens down the street today and one happens tomorrow or next week, the comps will change from when the property was listed. So there's been times where we've gotten a listing under contract under the asking price, but it's been listed for 4 to 6 months and the comps are completely different. So it's sometimes a good change where the comps went up and the appraisal is low, or the appraisal is high and the price is, in the opposite direction. But sometimes it goes in the wrong direction where it no longer is worth what it's listed for or what we're under contract for. So what I like to do is put appraisal protections in the contracts. We call it the appraisal contingency, so that if we run into that issue, we have the opportunity to renegotiate. Now, we can't force a seller to do anything. So what the appraisal contingency is, we're gonna protect you and try to protect your deposit to see if we can renegotiate. After the appraisal and after the loan is in final underwriting or clear to close, or if you're just not doing a loan, when the title work comes back saying that the title is clear at least, you wanna do what's called a final walkthrough, where you walk the house one more time the day of closing or before closing, just to make sure that nothing, changed, there's nothing missing, there's no crazy holes in the wall, because we wanna make sure that the house is given to you in the condition that you saw it in for closing. Now, being a first-time home buyer, you also want to know and be prepared to what some of the numbers are going to be when you're buying a property. So what I have in front of me is a final settlement statement of a previous closing that we had. On those settlement statements, it's about 6 pages long. It'll outline all the numbers that are involved with buying a house. So when you're buying a house, you want to factor in down payment and closing costs. So if you're going with let's say a traditional FHA mortgage, 3.5% down, and then you want to factor in closing costs, which can be anywhere from 3 to 5%. Let's just say 4%. You want to factor in 7.5%. So on a property like this that we're in today for $235,000, you want to take $235,000 times 7.5%. You're probably going to be close to $18,000. So you want to factor in $18,000 or $20,000 for the purchase, because there's also going to be home inspection costs, and there's going to be appraisal fees as well, which sometimes are baked into those numbers, but let's just use round numbers and say $18,000 or $20,000. Depending on how motivated the seller is, we can try to get some of that covered through what we call concessions or closing cost assistance. So if we had an $18,000 bill and we got the seller to give you $5,000, now you have a $13,000 bill. And if you also need help with that, that's where we come in with down payment assistance programs if you qualify. Or you can tap into your 401k, or you can have friends or family help you with gift funds. There's different scenarios we can put you in or help you with to get you to that closing table. But this document is going to show the breakdown of what's involved in the purchase. So at the top, it starts with the financials. It's going to show the purchase price minus any deposits and any loan amounts. So it's going to be the 235 number there, or if we negotiate to 230, it'll be a 230 number there, any deposit you put down, and the remaining loan balance that the lender's going to pay. You're going to have prorations and adjustments. So you're going to have any county taxes, any HOAs, which in this property there's no HOA, so that's where that's going to go. Then you're going to have the loan charges. So you're going to have any origination fees, underwriting fees, tax certification. Right under that, we're going to have the impound. So you're going to have homeowners insurance. When it comes to homeowners insurance, you'll prepay it up front for the year, and then the moment the mortgage starts getting charged, you're going to pay it again monthly with the taxes. But what's actually happening is they're collecting it in advance for your next payment. So that confuses a lot of people. Like, I just paid the taxes up front and the homeowners insurance. Why am I being billed monthly? Well, what they're doing is they're collecting it in advance for the next payment the following year. Under the impounds, you're going to have title charges and escrow charges. So any title fees, lien search fees, anything like that will be in that category there. And then you're going to have commissions. Commissions are a very controversial topic right now. So if you're watching the news, there's so many things going on with commission. So the way that they paid out commissions before may be changing. So just reach out to me or reach out to your realtor directly to figure out what the best course of action is with negotiating commissions. But that's where the commissions are going to be, and any transaction fees are going to be there. Then you're going to have government recording and transfer charges, which is going to be right under that. Payoffs. If the seller has a payoff on the mortgage, it'll show up on the settlement statement. Miscellaneous, so any miscellaneous fee that are there. And then at the bottom, it's going to show what's due from the buyer and what's due to the seller. So at closing, what's going to happen is that document is going to be given to both parties. Well, it's going to be given to the realtors beforehand and the lenders as well, just to verify that everything's correct. And then it gets released to the buyers and sellers. And if anything is wrong, it has to be adjusted. And that's going to be like the final receipt that shows like the breakdown of what it costs everybody to buy and or sell this property. If you stuck around to the end, thank you for watching. Drop a like on this video, drop a comment, let me know where you're watching from. Subscribe to the channel. I got resale homes, new construction homes. Today we're in Volusia County. We were in Marion County recently, in Ocala, Orange County, Orlando, Seminole County, which we were in, I think, Sanford. And then we were in Polk County, Davenport, as well as Osceola County, St. Cloud, Kissimmee. So I'm all over the place. If you want me to tour a specific city, find a property in that city, drop a comment down below. And what I'll do for you is I'll find a property in that area just to kind of get a tour specifically for you. And I'll put it on the channel as well if you want to see a specific city. And if you want to reach out to me for help with your real estate needs, my phone number is going to be somewhere on the screen, 407-759-5677. And if you want to reach out via email, it's jodenny@gmail, jodenny@gmail.com. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.